Government actively preparing for 2018 hurricane season and ANICHI Resort and Spa progressing on schedule. Hello and welcome to National Focus. I'm KIMANI. Stay tuned for details of the headline stories and others coming up. Welcome back. The nation's leader is confident that with all the work his administration has put in post-Hurricane Maria, Dominica is well on its way with preparations for the next hurricane season. Speaking on KIRE FM's Next Level show on Tuesday, the Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit said the National Emergency Planning Organization and the Office of Disaster Management, as well as his cabinet, have been actively preparing to ensure that Dominica is prepared to face the 2018 hurricane season.
We've had several meetings thus far. At the committees level, we have several committees within the National Emergency Planning Organization, NEPO. So within that is made up of several committees. The committees have been meeting. We have had meetings at the cabinet level with the various state agencies. We've also had 2 meetings at the NEPO level. We had one last week and we had one today. I must say that we have seen great strides on the part of the various committees in taking necessary action which they need to take to prepare the country for the next hurricane season.
The Prime Minister says the major challenge so far has been the availability of hurricane shelters. Most shelters were either damaged or at present not structurally sound to be utilized. He spoke of plans to help solve this problem in certain communities.
What we're doing in some communities is to solicit the understanding of private homeowners whose homes are sound enough to make those homes available as hurricane shelters. Yeah. So we'll look forward to the continued understanding of the general public in that regard.
The Prime Minister has recently offered his own private home as a hurricane shelter to his constituents. For other communities like Grand Fond, where contracts have been signed to build apartment complexes, the Prime Minister says hurricane shelters, which will also serve as resource centers, form part of the structural design. NEPO is also putting other systems in place.
From a security standpoint, there's systems in place. You know, from a health standpoint, we have put in systems in place. You know, from food and general supplies. You know, from evacuation plans, you know, so the number of efforts that have been made, and I believe very soon, NEPO, the ODM, will speak to the public and to indicate to them where we are with the various interventions, various plans that we have put in place and have put in place to prepare Dominica for the hurricane season.
Government has also been preparing by assisting citizens to reconstruct homes and undertaking the massive task of dredging rivers to mitigate against flooding. However, the Prime Minister says while government and these national disaster management organizations are preparing, individuals must take measures to prepare their families.
Each family in this country, every citizen in this country must avail themselves to the information available and to prepare their families, because while the government will be responsible for preparing the country for any disaster, any hurricane, we also have a responsibility as families, as communities, to prepare ourselves also. There are things that we can do. You know, there's a ravine at the back of our home, we should clear it. There is a tree that is a potential hazard. We should trim it, prune it. You know, we have to get utensils to collect water. You know, check our windows. You know, if our window is not steady, then you have an opportunity to replace it. You see. So there are a number of things that we can do as a community. You know, there are old fridges and stoves in the ravine that will cause blockage, or there's a tree that fell after Maria, which is still in the ravine in your community. You don't have to wait for government to take it out for you. You know, let us come together as residents and cut the tree.
Meantime, the Honorable Prime Minister says that with funds from the European Union, government is planning to build a first 2 regional hurricane shelters on island. These shelters will be built in specific locations which are accessible to several communities in the event of a disaster.
With the funds from the European Union, we have asked that they assign some money to build 2 hurricane shelters. And the idea is to build what we call regional hurricane shelters. And I've also mandated Mr. Cecil Shillingford to engage the American firm which built the ODM headquarters, because the ODM headquarters was designed to withstand a Category 4 hurricane. It withstood a Category 5. And the whole idea is that these will be smaller ones will be built in many communities that are vulnerable. And the idea is to build the concrete platform, and the other components will be prefabricated in the United States of America and then shipped in Dominica and set up. So we intend to have in Marigot, for example, a regional hurricane shelter. In Granby, a regional hurricane shelter. In Portsmouth, a regional hurricane shelter. You know, and Roseau, you'll have a major one.
The Prime Minister explained that in other communities where there are challenges, such as access, smaller shelters will be built. He says the idea is to move away from schools as shelters.
The whole intention going forward is to ensure that we stop the use of schools as hurricane shelters, because that disrupts the resumption of classes, because people stay in the schools for a pretty long time after the hurricane, and that can be a challenge. So we're trying to move away from having schools as hurricane shelters. No, these things won't happen. All will not happen now, but certainly by next year you will see a number of those shelters established across the country.
Government is also constructing a hurricane shelter complete with amenities for the residents of Layu and St. Joseph. In more news, the Harder Education has made a donation of books to the Ministry of Education valued at £18,000. On Wednesday, a handing over ceremony took place at the Newton Primary School to officially hand over the books to representatives of the ministry. This gesture geared at rebuilding the education sector post-Hurricane Maria. Harder Education is one of the largest school publishers in the UK. Representative for the institution, Marquita Celestine, says they are happy to partner with the Ministry of Education.
Harder Education, part of the Hachette Group UK, has been working with schools, teachers and students for over 50 years, and as such we consider ourselves partners with the Ministry of Education as we work towards a mutual goal of providing education to students to help equip them with the skills they need to progress and succeed. Like you, providing education through innovation and quality resources is our focus.
And finally, this news time, work on the ANICHI Resort and Spa at Picard Beach, Portsmouth is moving ahead on schedule. GIS News took its cameras to the site of the resort in Picard, Portsmouth on Wednesday. The architects and engineers constructing the resort explained that so far, rain and the passage of Hurricane Maria have been the major challenges.
In the beginning, we had a lot of problems due to the rains and the hurricane. But now we are working according to the schedule, so we are really happy in that sense. Currently, we are working in the earthworks because the earthworks is the main part of this project, okay? And in the block 6 and 10. Okay, we are working block 6 and 10, and in the retaining wall.
The land topography and soil types are also presenting challenges, but the engineers are confident in their use of advanced technologies in constructing a wall that spans across the resort. They are also confident that the use of reinforced concrete will make the hotel able to withstand high winds. The groundbreaking ceremony for the high-end resort was held in February this year. It is part of the Marriott Autograph Collection and aims to present a unique experience of Dominica.
It's an autograph collection hotel, which is one of the premium sub-brands of Marriott International. And everyone's pretty much familiar with Marriott. It's the world's largest hotel chain. It has a couple of sub-brands, and we're proud to be a member of the autograph collection. The autograph collection, what's significant about that, especially for us, is that it allows us to add our own character to the resort. Usually when you go to a Marriott, you see one, you see all, right? But that collection of hotels, they're allowed to have a unique personality, a unique character. They're usually exemplify the locality of where they are. And so with ANICHI, what we want to see replicated here is a resort that exemplifies the spirit and the people of Dominica, of the indigenous people and the history of Dominica. A lot of thought went into this. The name itself is the Kalinago word for heart, soul, will, and desire, which is what we want this to be, a stomping ground where people come to rejuvenate themselves, reconnect with their mind, their body, to explore Dominica, and to interact with the culture and the people.
The project, which was formerly the Silver Beach Resort and Spa, is funded under the Citizenship by Investment Program and is expected to be completed by December 2020. And that's the English segment of the news. SHAAKIRA PIERRE is up next with Creole Highlights.
Bienvenue à ce nouvel accueil. Moi, c'est SHAAKIRA PIERRE. Gouvernement Dominica a dépensé plus de 60 millions de dollars pour rebâtir cailles qui étaient affectées par cyclone Maria. Premier ministre Honorable Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit a parlé à sur radio Kari FM mardi semaine sala. Honorable Skerrit dit gouvernement fait autant de travail pour mener le secteur caille là comment été avant cyclone Maria. Premier ministre la fait parole que gouvernement a des gens qui vulnérables, gens qui passent à manger caille parce qu'ils pas l'argent. Et puis ça qui passe à faire caillou safe avant l'autre saison cyclone la arrivée. Honorable Skerrit dit qu'on l'argent qu'a séparé et puis c'est pas tout le monde qui a tapé l'argent, qu'on l'argent qu'a séparé à différents degrés. Progrès supposé mesuré par intervention qui gouvernement l'a fait pour bas assistance. Toute assistance ça là posée par Citizenship by Investment Program là. L'argent pour le gouvernement dépensé pour ranger les affaires à Dominica a augmenté tous les jours. Honorable Skerrit dit à part qui 60 millions de dollars le gouvernement dépensé, le gouvernement a aussi fait matériaux avec la Bamon. Le gouvernement a annoncé en commencement de l'année là qui 17 millions de dollars qui avait la bas Dominica. Il y a l'autre 40 millions US dollars ni pour aller pour les affaires. Ça c'est par 65 millions de dollars agrément et puis banque la terre là. Le gouvernement fait un commitment pour bâtir 1 000 cailles qui s'apprend au changement climatique dans le pays là. En addition, le ministre des Affaires cailles a dit qu'on doit signer pour bâtir appartements dans le pays là. 66 appartements qui bâtis en Saint-Sauveur, 66 en Castle Bruce et puis 33 en Constituency Maho. 33 appartements qui aussi bâtis en Hillsborough Garden à St. Joseph et puis 63 en Guambe. Le gouvernement qui aussi rangé numéro Petrocasas en Santa Guambe, Stock Farm, Guantans et puis Saint-Sauveur. Pour le ministre Skerrit, le gouvernement a dépensé 3 millions de dollars pour ranger caille gouvernement bâti en Kalinago Territory là. À d'autres nouvelles, résidents de constituency Maho qui pas qu'à taper assistance au gouvernement parce qu'ils pas plus que 70 l'année qu'à taper l'ordinaire à valer 400 dollars pour 4 mois. Programme ça là qu'a couvert monde qui n'a l'âge entre 60 et puis 70 l'année. Membre parlement pour constituency Maho, Honorable Ribbon Blackmore, dit programme ça là qu'a seulement pour place à constituency. Ça c'est pour aider les gens qui étaient affectés par le cyclone Maria. Honorable Blackmore dit gouvernement qui garde si programme ça là allait bien et puis pour faire décision pour continuer. Membre parlement là aller en différents villages à constituency là pour délivrer l'argent premier mois là pour ces gens qui a soulage là. En addition, l'argent la gouvernement a aussi aidé constituency pays africains après cyclone Maria. Honorable Blackmore encourage les gens qui ont souvent assistance là pour servir l'argent là pour sa gouvernement fait avec la pour. Et puis finalement, Premier ministre et puis ministre Finance fait un commitment pour payer l'école là bas étudiants qui sont allés en preschool Guambe. Premier ministre Skerrit fait annoncement ça là pendant une visite à l'école la semaine passée. Honorable Skerrit aussi qui paye bas étudiants qui sont attendent l'école primaire Guambe. Honorable Skerrit fait un permettre que l'office li qui joue dépense là pour programme social l'école là. Avant cyclone Maria te passe, gouvernement par ministre éducation te ka fait manger available en l'école là-bas étudiants. Honorable Scary D. Assistance Financial Hod l'Office li, programme ça là, supposé commencer semaine ça là. Gouvernement a aussi potué had l'école ba tout étudiants à l'école Guabe, en 9 l'année l'école là qui ka vini en septembre. Ça c'est tout pour nouvelle à Créole, non monsieur Shakira Pierre. Au revoir.
Before we leave, here are two announcements. The Ministry of Housing and Lands and the Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Roseau Valley constituency, Dr. John Colin McIntyre, cordially invite the residents of Lily Valley, Trafalgar, Forkani, Shawford and environs to attend the official signing ceremony for the Lily Valley Home Repair and Development Project at Lily Valley Basketball Court tomorrow, Friday, 25th May 2018 at 4 p.m. Please make a very special effort to attend this very important function. And the Forestry, Wildlife and Parks Division would like to inform the general public that due to the heavy rains over the past few days, a major landslide has occurred along the Middleham Falls Trail, making access very difficult. Clearing of the fallen debris will commence as soon as the material from the slide is stable. In this regard, the trail will be temporarily closed until further notice. The public is therefore advised to take note. Any inconvenience caused is deeply regretted. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. Be sure to follow GIS on facebook.com/GIS News Dominica and also follow us on Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I am KIMANI. Thanks for watching.